Did you know that Estrilda broke up with Rolf?
What?
Yeah, I'm still kind of mad about it.
Why?
I don't know. I don't know. Ask her. It's stupid.
What did they say? What did she say, or what did Rolf say?
I mean, Rolf doesn't get it at all. He's like been a blubbering mess for like weeks. It's just been me and him, and then
Luna just has like a mental image of like him with all his little colorful birds that are normally around him, just like being sad and like settled down.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, you know how he always has like his little like birds around him, like a little beekeeper, except birds. All of those birds were super sad, and I swear, like one of them turned gray. But he's just been a mess, and then Gil's like went away with Neffy, and like Estrilda was like, I need to find myself, whatever that means. Like, I don't know, like just ever since her dad got remarried, she's been like really weird.
Oh, her dad got remarried?
Yeah,
Had I heard about him dating someone?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, he was dating someone.
So it wasn't that out of left field?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I don't know, it's just, that's why I haven't been talking to her, I just can't look her in the eye. Just, and if you saw Rolf and like, he's just a mess.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah. Anyway, that's why she's hanging out with my ex, Rhianne. Although Rhianne's pretty cool, actually. Even though she did the dumping, he scratches. I deserved it. I shouldn't have made out with her twin sister.
You didn't know.
Yeah, but did I? I mean,
at the time you said you didn't, but
I kind of suspected it, but I went with it because she said she wanted to make out with me, so I said, yeah.
Bruh.
Dude, yeah. So, anyway, yeah, that's like what's been going on back home. Gealach went on a mission to get past the paywall. I started. Oh, Rune. We didn't even talk about Rune. So my boyfriend's. He's kind of older. He's a half elf like us. I don't know. He's just. He always knows what to say. Like, he's really wise.
How old is he?
It would be like, it would be like a 5-year gap, but they're equivalent. So he's like a little bit older, but not like too much where it's creepy.
Mm-hmm. But it's like, okay, you're both adults.
Yeah. And, I met him because I was out just walking off in the night trying to figure out what to do with Rolf because he was a mess and like trying to figure out how I felt about Estrilda. And he's like still trying to figure that out. And Dad had just laid into me for not wanting to be the next Lord. And Rune just was on the night watch and I just kind of told him what was going on and he said,
that's rough, buddy.
no, he said the only path that's right for you is the one that you choose for yourself. And I don't know, I just felt relief because I finally had someone just, I don't know, make sense. And I just started talking.
Kind of like Kiara.
Yeah, I guess I should talk to her more.
Yeah, you should talk to her.
Yeah, she seems cool. Yeah, we did some like arm wrestling. She's a buff chick.
Yeah.
But yeah, we just started talking a lot. I would just hang out with him at night. I don't know, things just kind of picked up from there. He's kind of a lonely dude. It's a little weird. I like him.
I mean, he's probably kind of like Gil, where he's like sun sensitive and has to stay inside or wear all the...
Yeah, like he has a house, but like he sleeps in the basement where like there's no light. And he's usually pretty covered, but he's just kind of a quiet guy. But it's a good balance because I'm just, if there's like too much of me in one room, like too much. We just really vibe. And you see Lionel kind of like look into the distance. I don't know. It's been kind of sad lately, though. I'm not really sure why. He won't tell me.
That's weird.
Yeah, maybe it's nothing. Like I said, he's kind of older. It's just nothing in the past catching up to him.
Maybe he's just depressed.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, maybe he's like else, and it's just a sad sack, and we just love him for it. But, yeah. Yeah. After a minute, he puts his arm around you. He's like, "I missed you."
Missed you too, bruh.
And you hang out together. On that.
I'm gonna go and talk to Estrilda though. I like her side of the story.
Okay. Yeah, so Estrilda, you have to call her like away from the party because she's kind of hanging around the campfire, Border, and the rest of the guys are just dancing, and Estrilda's a little off to the side, but watching and like participating in that way. So, but you can easily just pull her off. And she's like, "Oh, hey."
Hey. So where's Rolf? Normally you guys are like glued to each other, like Siamese twins or something.
She's just like, you see her face
Siamese is probably
just
not a word, but
fall. Like,
conjoined.
Conjoined. I broke up with him.
Oh, that's why.
Well, I just feel like everything is done, but I didn't. After like, she like takes a minute just to like focus herself. So you know how like I've basically been taking care of my dad my entire life because he's like a cripple and stuff, and well, he got remarried, which is, you know, like great for him, but I got thinking a lot about like what I wanted to do for me, because my whole life I had been living for other people and I didn't really realize it until then. And you know, like Rolf's great, but I've never been with anyone else. I mean, we've been dating since we were like 12. You know, like, I mean, officially 14, but like basically since we were 12. And I don't know, Rolf had all these big plans about what he wanted to be, and he like thinks he wants to go into politics, and he just has this clear vision of what he wants. And I couldn't see myself as part of that vision. And I realized that I couldn't go with him on this path he wanted. I told him that, and he said that, you know, he could change, it's not his career path. And I said no, because, you know, Rolf's a follower, and until he figures out that this is actually what he wants, because this is like, you know how he is, like, this is the first thing he's actually wanted. That's like his thing.
Yeah.
And so I felt like I just had to break it off of him. And it's just been, and then Lionel just had a meltdown, and Gealach went away on his, I don't know, field trip to sell things. And I don't know, things just kind of fell apart when you were gone. And I know it's not your fault or anything, and I'm not trying to blame you, but anyway, and then, oh gosh, and then Lionel started dating Rune, who's like this weird dude, and I even joined the Night Guard, but it turns out the Rune's actually pretty cool, but he's still kind of a weird dude. Yeah, there's a lot of information being given to you right now. I hope you're processing.
It's okay.
it's like, I don't know, like, he's just really still. You know how people, like, fidget or, like, move? He's just...
I think that's just me and Lionel, mainly, but,
I don't know, like, he's an odd presence. It's hard to explain, but, like, you'll get it when you meet him.
okay. Look, I get it. And, like, it is valid that you want to be on your own. That totally makes sense.
And she kind of just heaves this sigh. She's like, thanks. Probably the first person to tell me that, so like, feels good to be validated.
I mean, I've been, like, honestly, like, dude, I've been on this whole pilgrimage with my friends and stuff. Like, how could I say the opposite? Like, no, you need to, like, stay doing the same thing that you've been doing for the last 5 years. Like, you can't change. Not allowed.
Thanks. I mean, the good thing is that I really like the Night Watch. Like, it's like a completely different vibe. And I became friends with Rhianne. She's pretty cool. We just, never got to know each other because she and Lionel broke up when they were like 15. Or whatever. But yeah, anyway. I'm glad you're back. At least for a while.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. I haven't been feeling well though, so I have no idea what's coming.
She's like, hey, well, got friends and family around you. And then you guys just hang out afterwards and yeah. So, okay. Alright, let's do a sin! This is RP night! No, it's good, it's good, this is what I wanted, so. Oh, actually. Yeah, there's a lot. Okay. Okay. Yeah, do an animal handling check. It's not gonna be a high DC.
Wisdom.
Yeah, it's wisdom. Yeah.
Yeah, I love roll. Like they're like bred for hunting, so they see Oculus do the like play pounce pose and then kind of buzz around, and then he gets first he gets Silver going, and then the other dogs start yipping and barking and kind of awakening the rest of the pack, and they all start chasing Oculus around, and then the hunters look her over and they're like, what's happening? And one of them points out, he's like, oh, hey! And then, they all have a good laugh as the dogs just kind of leap over each other and are happily barking, and, they...
And you'll notice another wolf that's just like, not a dire wolf, but just like a normal wolf, but with like tinges of like green moss throughout its fur, also playing.
Yeah. The, yeah, it like jumps from wolf to wolf, and the dogs just kind of like pile on each other, and it's just this like tangle of fur and limbs, and it's all in good fun. Orator picks up on your tune and starts playing on the mandolin. Someone else pulls out like a little drum, and you have like good old time just rousing the party into a good old game of chase.
If Dusty's not into it because she could be a chill old girl, then Kiara will definitely be sitting by Dusty.
Yeah, Dusty is younger, but I don't know. She's just kind of chill. Let me look at it.
If she gets pulled into the fray too, it's perfectly fine. Just means Kiara gets to watch too. Plus, playing with dogs is great.
Yeah, dogs. Like, Silver's into it, Lexy's into it, Scamp's into it.
I feel like Duke is the first one to be into it and the first one to like lose interest.
Yeah. There is, there is like one chill older dog that's named Rusty, has like brown red fur. It's grayed muzzle, and it's just content to watch them go. You just follow its head as it follows.
Like the children run.
Look at them go. Yeah, so after that, you guys spend some weeks on the road and stop for water and feed breaks, ride again. You glide past fields of crops here in the rural area. You can also find shelter in the brush and trees. And after time on the road, you see the beginnings of civilization in the distance. Virkis is nestled on basically the border of the Leicester Kingdom. It's surrounded by lush forest and farmland, and as you ride through the farmland, the farmers wave as they see their lord returning. Summer drizzle drizzles the party. You come to basically like the front gates of Virkis, and it's heavily it's like those towns in the mountains where there's just trees, like heavily integrated into the society, and you can see that there are these A-frame buildings, and there's an archway that appears to be made of trees, like they grew them a specific way so that they'd actually like grow and then form an arch. And then at the top of the arch there's a sign that says Virkis, founded by Linnea in 438 BEK, which is before established kingdom. There's a large A-frame lodge with the word Southern Lodge on it. It sits across a hill. It hits on a low hilltop. Just like immediately the first building you see, there's hunters and farmers and tradesmen mingling out on the porch that wraps around it. The man from your party that you know is Braccus, who is Lord Mark's bodyguard, goes first, because what happens is when your group returns, people start pointing and they want to gather and ask Lord Mark about what's been going on. And Mark says, Braccus, can you take care of this? And Braccus says, hey, I'll take the questions. And
is Braccus the one that I'm riding with?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she's just like, oh yeah, all right.
She's probably getting some funny looks because there's a lot in her out.
As the sun sets, Braccus tells, says that you can just keep riding his mount. I don't know, Spot, whatever.
Oh, that was Dusty.
Was it Dusty?
Yeah.
Dusty? No, Dusty's Sandy's mount.
Sandy's mount is Dax.
Oh, okay. Dax. Alright, yeah.
Probably been riding
You ride
with him
Dusty.
this entire time, so when he offers he's like, if he sends us forward and I'm riding his mount, I just sort of like do a very light, it's this weird affection thing she used to do with some of her other like drow friends. So she does this like it's like this soft touch and then a squeeze.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
He makes eye contact with you, and he like that, like the like male like nod thing, like
it's felt, yeah.
And you ride past the group as the other hunters break off, and soon you just have Mark, Lionel, and the two, Estrilda and Rhianne, and like a couple of other mounts in case you need to ride them. And you go up to the Arunal estate. Lucius and Orator and Erebin actually break off and say we'll find lodging in town because there's like 3 rooms in the Arunal estate that are guest rooms. Anyway,
There my eyes
There's at least 4.
Uncle Rhianne, and I'm like, oh, you're going to go find trouble without me. I'm wounded.
he's just like, can't contain this, and then he goes in and like you see him just go and put his arm around a woman and walk into the bar. and
I was like, oh, fair.
you ride up to you ride through town. It's a large town. It's established. They have smithies and tradesmen. There's a lot of variety. It's mostly exports of fur and animal byproducts. You pass by a group of hunters that have it's basically like a moon armband, and you see this figure that immediately stands out because he's the only one on a horse in a band of like dire wolves. Wrong horse.
Horse.
There we go. The sun sets as you pass a platoon of hunters on wolves and a lone hunter on a war horse. He sticks out not just as the only individual on a horse amid a band of dire wolves, but also as an individual with a striking appearance. He's half-elf, judging by the ears, or perhaps 3/4, as his stunning appearance ripples through you. Silver white hair and moon-kissed skin under a gray set of dyed leathers and red ruby eyes. Luna, you recognize everyone else in the group as acquaintances in this town except this male, and you can reasonably assume that this is Rune.
There aren't a lot of albinos running around.
Yeah. He and Lionel exchange like a handshake and a few whispers as they pass, and you can see them both just like kind of like hide a smile.
Eyeing each other.
Yeah, and then Estrilda and Rhianne break off. Hey, we're gonna break off here. We usually are on night watch with them. So, we'll catch you around town. And they break off and go to do their job, basically. Mark and Lionel lead the group through an orchard of apples and pears. In the distance, you can see a handsome estate surrounded by all kinds of plants that seem to spill out of the greenhouse to the side and from the side of the house. The dogs are just mounted, and there's a butler that's named Damon or Demrin, yeah. A butler named Demrin steps out and he begins to lead the wolves away to take them to like a kennel. And 3 maids come out, welcome you home. Mark says, Bernadette, Paige, I need these rooms prepared. And he said, of course, we'll get to it. Everyone, this is Anita and Demrin. He points to his like head of staff, basically. If you need any questions or if you have, you might ask them to attend to any needs or questions you have. And you guys go inside. You catch Lord Mark say to Demrin, have Travis fetch Mother. Like Lady Michelle? Yeah. She'll want to see it. And then you all settle down for the night. You eat a nice dinner. The cooks kind of hastily put something together because they weren't 100% sure if you'd be back today. And but it's still pretty good. It's mostly like dried meats, as you know, hunters, and but there is a good variety of vegetables from the garden that Jade keeps. So Ellie, you have a pretty good meal.
It's very colorful now.
Yeah. You step into the house, and like the first thing you notice is that it's tall. Like the doors are a little bit taller, the furniture's a little bit taller, everything's just a little bit taller. And you eye all of the Arnolds who like soar above you at like high end of 5 foot to like 6 feet and on. You're like,
Yeah.
long legs. Checks out. There's
Alright,
a
Stretch. What's the deal? No kidding.
Everyone's a good 2
She
feet
had a
taller
moment
than me.
where she tried not to look crestfallen when she saw Lionel's boyfriend, because she saw the white hair and she's like, oh. Oh, never mind. not drow.
It's okay, I'm sure Blade will come visit at some point.
yeah. She'll come.
But yeah, no, it's really tall, so it's just like.
Yeah, it's
There's
nice.
Ellie looks at the ceiling. They could fit like 8 of you stacked on top. What do you think?
Yeah, that looks right.
Yeah, it's tall. Like it's a handsome home. Like it's like nice polished woods. There's some like carpets artfully put around. You see a lot of family portraits along the wall. You run into basically the family like lapdog named Dozer, who's like a dire wolf but retired, and he's lounging on the floor.
A retired wolf, if you will.
Yeah, Dozer. Yeah, he look like he's just on the floor, and without getting up, you see his tail wag, and.
Here's a sausage!
Aww.
And as you approach and, like, if you, like, kneel and pet him, he'll, like, sit up a little bit and sniff you. And he's just great muzzle, very gentle old dog. He appreciates the pets.
Kiara loves this lump that doesn't do anything but be happy.
Yeah, like, he puts his head in your lap and accepts all of the affection.
Look at you, old wizened warrior.
Yeah.
Holds his head that's the size of her chest, and she's like, yes.
Yes, it's very nice. He's very fluffy. You also notice that downstairs there's a, like, shrine. And you ask one of the staff about it, and they say, oh, well, that's...
It's a private room.
Oh,
Crap, did I give you the map? Crap.
didn't give you the map. But, okay, you don't see it. There's a room, and it's closed, and it has a nice door, and that's all you know about it.
Yeah, let me see if I can find it.
I thought it was, like, non-enclosed, but it makes sense that it would have a
You
door.
thought it was like an archway?
Yeah, like a little enclave or something.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, the maids can give you a tour, like, oh, here's the kitchen, and downstairs they show you that there's this room that it's just an open room with a railing and, like, lots of mirrors, and they explain to you that this is, like, where Luna had her dance lessons. They built a studio for her. And you're like, yeah, rich kid. And, you get a little context for, like, Luna's childhood.
Kiara's brain, does she meet all her boyfriends in dance class? Doesn't say it, just sits there. Huh. Was it in the woods or in dance class you met them?
Hi, this is Tiffany, your DM. Thank you for watching Dungeon Damsels. This is not the end of the session, so please stay tuned for the next part. We update on Tuesdays and Saturdays at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you're interested in supporting us more, please push the subscribe button, like, or comment. We also have a Patreon, wink wink nudge nudge, and our show is in podcast form. You can find us on Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, Podbean, Spotify, and plenty of other podcast platforms. Thanks, we hope to hear from you soon.